Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan on chapter 100. So, I highly recommend that you guys go read the chapter yourself before you even watch a recap of mine, because most of the time when it comes to recaps of Attack on Titan or Shingeki no Kyojin, it's very, very long. And I'm pretty sure you're not interested of listening to me rambling on about the chapter and certain detail here and there about a couple things. But it could be short, but I think it's going to be a long one. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that I think this was done before the play. Apparently that Willie is talking to Captain Margaret or something, or the Marley captain of the army, about what to do for the presentation or the play that they're doing, especially with the history about talking about this. But I think after the play in history that they're talking about is about the attack on Paradise Island. Willie says, we're not some saviors, we're not saviors or anything. We're just devils, like you guys said. You see here, I'm pretty sure the enemy already has crossed the ocean and came for our own necks. I won't be surprised if there were any threats at this moment, so we have to be prepared of what's to come. And we have to it that Margaret, on the other hand, said the Marley captain of the army, which I call him now. I forgot his name since it has been a while, or every month or so, that I don't remember him. That he goes you're going to die. You understand that, right? And we have to it that Willie convinces him by saying, well, we're all aliens and we're descendants of the devil, remember? And his name is Captain Maggoth, or Margaret. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but army captain of the Marley army, if anything. Willie is saying you sent countless aliens to die in front of the enemy's fire cannon. What's there any different when we put our life on the line for you? And Margath, or the Marley captain of the army, says, we're not at war and the enemy does not know our identity. We don't know our enemy's identity and objectives or the means of attack. So if we gather a large audience at the ceremony, it'll be almost impossible to keep you guys safe, not to mention you will die about this point. Willie is saying that he's pretty much becoming bait or something, which he does not mind, which Margaret ends up saying. So right here, throughout this play right here that the captain and Willie have been talking about before the presentation that Willie was going to do in front of the audience, etc., he is pretty much luring out the enemy into the open, apparently. So we have to it that that Willie does not mind right now. I mean, the only thing is that we can do is try to be prepared for what's to come. Although Margaret tells Willie that the Eldians are descendants of the devils, there's no denying that, but we're also devils as well. Let's not forget about that. I'm guessing Margaret might be accepting the fact that what they're doing is pretty much unacceptable. That's why he's saying that the Marleyans ourselves, aside from the Eldians, are also devils. So we had to it that Willie continues his speech about the Tabar family are not descendants of the Savior, but also talks about the Great Titan War, and then how in exchange for our family's safety, we sold Eldia to Marley or something like that. And eventually they came to learn of the truth of the day, and I became and Willie became head of the Tabar family. And not a day goes by where I actually want to die or something because I'm an Eldian, etc. But we see to it that during the play that Margaret ends up giving a message from a soldier by saying that the warriors just disappeared all of a sudden. And they go you know what, mobilize the backup and start searching. And Margaret realizes that the enemy is already starting to move. We have to it that that Marco and the other girl with the quadruped titan or something are pretty much stuck in the freaking hellhole right now, and pretty much this trap hole that they're in is supposed to be prepared for warriors who would go rogue or something, etc. But who knows what? They prepared some timbers and food, etc. But Porco, on the other hand, which I forgot the guy's name, he is the one with the freaking jaw titan or something, says like, what the heck is going on here, dude? I mean, like, do you have any idea what that soldier did? But I think Piek, that quadruple titan, that freaking cart titan or something, which I don't remember, that she or he is part of or something. She says that she met that soldier somewhere before, possibly somewhere like on Paradise Island, I'm pretty sure of. But we have to it that Tabor continues his, then the scene switches to where Tabor continues his speech, where like where he says something about how we all of us are just like are just in this war right now, the Eldians, and he ends up talking about the 3 great walls that King Fritz made, apparently, that he's named after his daughters, apparently, 3 daughters of Ymir. One is called Maria, Rose, and Sheena. As Tabor continues his speech, he also mentions that the walls were also created as a shield and spear made from millions of colossal titans. And right now, as Tabor continues, he continues to talk about the fear of Paradise Island as like the colossal titans are so strong and powerful that they can level the entire world flat, apparently. The only thing that could stop him is like the original top power of the Titan. And he continues his speech where like there's a report from Reiner Braun as the Armored Titan who knew about the relation of the royal bloodline, and it's actually in the hands of Eren Yeager, and his existence puts everyone in grave danger because of the power he holds. And we have to it that switches to a scene with Eren healing up his leg, and Falco is pretty upset and says, "You tricked me to doing all this. You kept encouraging me and supporting me, and I looked up to you all this time. You were just using me." And the letters that were sent to the family that Eren told Falco, those are actually letters to his comrades, apparently, which is to Falco's shock, and Falco felt so horrified right now because like he was helping an enemy the entire time without knowing, which really sucks. And Tabor continues his speech by saying that Eren Yeager has a power to like do a world leveling attack because of his power. And we have to it that although we have the powers to suppress certain strength of the Titans, there's no way that there are attacks that could stop the colossal Titans. Once a world leveling attack is triggered, there's no way to stop it. All humanity will be able to do is just fear and thunderous footsteps from the colossal Titans like Rampage, and every human and every being of the civilization will be crushed to death under their feet and will literally be laid flat and rendered to ashes. Once it is triggered, the world is really doomed to die, and in order from stop that from happening, we must act now. This is what Willie Tabor is pretty much saying. And Falco right now is thinking in his mind, now this is our chance right now. I mean, the original Titans is right here to have. All we had to do is learn how to like act now, as with Falco and Officer Braun. But we have to it that Falco listens to what Eren says, that, yeah, I am the bad guy here. Willie Tabor says it. I can lay waste to the entire world. But Eren reflects back by saying, like, but the way I look at it, you guys are the bad guys to me. That day, you crushed the walls, overran my town, and my mother was eaten alive before my eyes. Ever since that day, I kept wondering, why did those innocent people had to go through something so horrible? Why did they get eaten alive? I just couldn't understand. Reiner, can you explain to me why my mother was eaten by a Titan that day? And therefore, Reiner decides to explain by saying, because we destroyed the wall that day. And Eren asked the question by saying, why did you destroy the wall? And Reiner says, in order for us to do our mission, we had to sneak inside the walls and obtain the original power of the Titan, as the king would do in response. And we have to it that, what is that mission? And that mission was to obtain the original Titan, as I said. And we have to it that, like Eren says, so you did to save the world and save your world and your people. I guess you didn't have much of a choice. Reiner therefore asked Eren, you told me that I'll do everything I can to make sure you suffer and die, is what you said. Is that why you're here? And Eren's like, is that what I said? It's best that you forget about that stuff, huh? He goes like, huh? And Eren's like, you know, it's true that I thought of everything that was across the ocean as an enemy. But you know what? Ever since I crossed the ocean, I slept under the enemy's roof, ate my meals with them as well. And Reiner, I did the same thing as you did all those years ago. Of course, there were some annoying people, of course, but there were some good people as well. Eren therefore also explains whether it's over the sea or inside the walls, we're all the same. Even Eren explains that he looked at the kids and Reiner like how they were so different and how they were just the same. But in the end, that we're the devils and you guys are the good people, right? Compared to the rest of the world. But you know what? This is something that that people are telling you the people in the walls are a threat to you, the aliens on the continent, and so are just terrifying. Not even Eren says you were given information that you don't even know about the world. So even the adults who knew nothing themselves again. So what could you, just a child, possibly do against that environment, against that history? Am I wrong, Reiner? You were in great pain this whole time, weren't you? So Eren was pretty much summarizing in Reiner's perspective, you were just following these orders without knowing anything. You don't even know what's going on Paradise Island until you figure it out yourself, and now you know the truth. So don't tell me is that the reason why you were doing what you did? And Eren's trying to say that he finally gets the idea now, but Reiner tells Eren that he's wrong about that. You're wrong, Eren. He tells Eren that after that day, since Marcel was eaten, which is Porco's brother, who apparently had the mouth jaw tighten whatsoever, you guys know what I'm talking about, that he continued to go forward. Annie and Bertolt wanted to give up the mission and retreat, but I convinced him to go against their will and go and keep going, apparently. And Reiner explained that he wanted to be a hero, and be like a big brother to you all for the same reason. He wanted to be looked up to and be respected because he did not have a good childhood, etc. And pretty much Reiner explains that this has nothing to do with the environment that I was brought up in. He's just a bad person. Your mother was eaten alive because it's my fault. And ever since then, Reiner felt so guilty, he hated himself that much ever since he found out. He even told Eren to kill him and he just wants to disappear. As Tabar continues his speech, he explains that the danger the world faces right now is Eldian's existence, etc. But he even confessed that he hated his own blood more than anyone because he was born because of what the Eldians did. He even says that he wanted the Eldians eradicated from this world, go extinct. And we see to it that Tabar confessed that he did not wish to die at all because he's already been born into this world. I mean, as Tabar continues his speech, he explains that we might be different in countries and races, but I know that those of you who do not wish to die, lend me your strength. I want us all to survive to see the future together. I want y'all to join me up in this fight against the devils of Paradise Island, as Tabar continues his speech about. Eren, on the other hand, tells Reiner to get up from the floor, and he understands the situation. And therefore, Tabar continues his speech where there are many problems of the armies that the world must overcome before joining hands in this battle. And at this time, they must join hands and join as an alliance to destroy the Eldians once and for all, etc. on the Devils of Paradise Island, apparently. And Eren tells Reiner that he understands the situations, etc., and says, you and I are very much alike, etc., And Tabar continues his speech by saying, I will act as Marley's governance special envoy and pray for peace of the world, and I declare at this moment that this is Tabar's speech, by the way, and we have to it that Eren tells Reiner that ever since it's probably been like this since the day I was born. And Eren therefore tells Reiner that he'll continue to move forward until he destroys the enemy. And this is where Reiner realizes the bad situation and tells Falco to run, but it was too late. We have to it that Tabar continues his speech that our countries and those in control of Paradise Island are at war, and Eren, on the other hand, appears out of his Attack Titan form, and then we have to it that Willy looks up in the sky and everyone else can only stare in shock right now that Eren grabs Willie Tabar and twists his body, etc., which I really hope he doesn't die, because I'm pretty sure there's no way he could be killed that easily, especially when he has the Hammerhead Titan and war begins. So, pretty much after that speech of what Tabar was making, Eren makes his move, transforms into his attack Titan, and presumably kills Willie Tabar. But aside from that, so pretty much like to summarize my recap of this chapter in simple sentences or a couple sentences, is that the beginning of the chapter shows that Willie Tabar and Margaret are like making plans right now of what to do, especially luring the enemy out and possibly go for the attack against Paradise Island. And when it came to like the middle of the chapter to the end is where like Willie Tabar continues making his speech and history about the Eldians to the Titans to King Fritz, and how Eren is still a threat. And then Eren and Reiner exchange a couple words about about the environment Reiner was raised, but Reiner says that's not the case. He just wanted to become a hero, etc. You know, and eventually after Tabar was closing in on his speech, we have to it that Eren makes his move and presumably kills Willie Tabar, which I highly doubt he is killed, because that would be a waste not to know what the Warhammerhead Titan is, you know, because that's one of the 9 Titans. So, yeah. Anyways, it looks like Eren makes his move and gets ready to cause some major chaos and trouble, so we'll have to figure out what's going on from here on out. I really want to see Mikasa and the other characters, dude. I mean, it's been so freaking long already, like possibly over more than just like 2 years or so that I haven't seen them yet. I really hope I get to see them soon, because I really miss them. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off for Zoro, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Doo-doo-doo!